This is really good. What is the perfect complement to a nice tall glass of lemonade? Lemonade sugar cookies, of course. Today, we're making lemonade sugar cookie bars topped with homemade whipped cream and a little bit of lemon zest. I'm Lindsay from My Better Batch. Let's get baking. What you'll need for lemonade sugar cookie bars is flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, butter, light brown sugar, granulated sugar, vanilla extract, an egg and an egg yolk, zest of 1 lemon, juice from 1 lemon, and a little bit of extra sugar to sprinkle over the top. We'll finish off our bars with homemade lemon whipped cream. You won't need these ingredients quite yet, but here's what it will take. Heavy cream, confectioner sugar, lemon zest, and lemon juice. We'll get to the whipped cream later, but first, let's start with the bars themselves. Using the stand mixer, let's cream together our butter, brown sugar, and granulated sugar until it's light and fluffy. Using the stand mixer, this takes me about 3 to 4 minutes, and I stop from time to time just to scrape down the sides of the bowl. Just be sure that all of the ingredients are really well incorporated. Next, we're gonna add our vanilla extract, an egg, and egg yolk. We're gonna turn the mixer back on just for a little bit to make sure that all of the ingredients are mixed together well. This doesn't take very long, maybe about 30 to 45 seconds. Now, for the twist on this sugar cookie recipe, we're gonna add the zest and the juice from 1 lemon. This is about 1 tablespoon of zest and 2 tablespoons of juice. If you don't have a fresh lemon, you can absolutely use 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and just omit the zest altogether. I'm just gonna mix the zest and the juice for about 30 seconds. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. In a separate bowl, we're gonna combine all of our dry ingredients. This is our flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Once these are mixed together, I'm just gonna add them slowly to the wet ingredients in my stand mixer. We wanna incorporate the dry ingredients fully, but we wanna be careful not to overmix the dough. Our dough is just about ready to bake. We're gonna line an 8 by 8 inch casserole dish with parchment paper. Next, we'll distribute the cookie dough evenly across the casserole dish like this. Once we've added the cookie dough to the dish, just use your fingers to spread it out. And then what we're gonna do is just spread a little bit of granulated sugar over the top, just like this. After that, it's ready for the oven. Our cookies will bake at 375 for about 23 to 25 minutes. I usually set my timer for about 15 to 17 minutes. I like to keep a close eye until they're done baking. This is to prevent overbaking. I like a chewy cookie, so I would rather pull them out of the oven a little bit underdone rather than overdone. Once our cookie bar has been out of the oven for about 10 minutes or so, carefully lift the parchment paper and the cookie out of the dish and let it cool on a cooling rack for another 10 to 15 minutes. Making homemade whipped cream is not as difficult as you might think. In fact, the key to really great whipped cream is to make sure that everything you're using is as cold as it can be. I just got my bowl out of the freezer. It's been there for about 30 minutes. I pulled my beaters for my hand mixer out of the freezer as well. And I just brought the heavy whipping cream out of the refrigerator. So we're just gonna add our heavy whipping cream, our powdered sugar, our lemon zest, and our lemon juice. And using a hand mixer, we're gonna start to mix it up. This is really easy. Stick with me. 1 cup of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice, and 2 teaspoons of finely grated lemon zest. I typically use a hand mixer for this. It's so simple and easy, and there's really no need to pull out the heavy stand mixer. With the hand mixer, it's also easier to avoid over whipping your whipped cream. Start mixing at low speed until everything is well combined and the cream begins to thicken up. You can gradually increase the speed to medium-high, and we're looking for a medium peak to start forming. It's important to keep a really close eye on the texture of your whipped cream as you beat it together. So here is the perfect consistency. It's not too pillowy and soft, but you can see we've got some nice medium peaks. It's not too stiff forming. And this is perfect. So now we're gonna cut our cookie bars into squares. You can make these as big or as small as you'd like. All right, so we are just gonna plate up our lemonade sugar cookie bars. Let's It's really simple. We're gonna take our bar and top with our homemade whipped cream. And then one way that you can finish it off is just by putting a little bit of zest on the top. You don't need very much. Look at that. And then I can just add some fresh mint if you'd like, just like that. And there you go, a really wonderful summer dessert. Lemonade sugar cookies are a delicious twist on a classic sugar cookie recipe. Sweet and tangy come together. It's just perfect for summer. If you have a flavor combination that you've tried with your sugar cookie recipe, I would love to hear about it. Be sure to put it in the comments below. And if you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? I'm Lindsay from My Better Batch. Thanks for baking with me today.
Can I have a lemon?
Do you love lemon?
But I haven't actually tried it.
Oh.